A surprise? Great news for Bama. After all, work is going well. Before the news, subscribe to the channel to receive more news from the team. Former Alabama quarterback Greg McElroy, who has a deep understanding of the Crimson Tide's philosophy, is impressed with the team's performance so far, especially with how the offense has been led by Milroe. McElroy, who played under Nick Saban and won a national title with Alabama, highlighted Milroe's importance in the team's offense. Highlighting Milroe's talent is critical, given the significant impact the quarterback has had in just 3 games. Milroe has already accounted for 14 touchdowns, an extraordinary feat that no other SEC player has achieved in his first 3 games in the last 20 years. This level of production is even more impressive in a conference as competitive as the SEC. Under Milroe's leadership, the Crimson Tide's offense has racked up 21 touchdowns this season, placing Alabama among the most prolific teams in the country. McElroy emphasized how the team has played to its core strengths, making the most of Milroe's unique skills. He acknowledged that Milroe may not be the quarterback who will make surgical passes on every play, but the dynamism and explosiveness he provides with his runs are rare in college football today. The fact that McElroy highlights these qualities of Milroe reinforces how essential his versatility and ability to improvise are to Alabama's success at this moment. Over the years, many quarterbacks at Alabama have dominated the aerial game, but McElroy emphasized that this approach is not always the most effective. Milroe brings a different dynamic, more focused on the ground game, which offers a significant advantage, especially due to his ability to extend plays and exploit gaps in opposing defenses. For McElroy, if Milroe needs to run 10, 12, or even 15 times per game, Alabama should embrace this strategy, as it enhances the strength of the attack. This flexibility puts the Crimson Tide in a unique position, allowing the team to vary its offensive tactics and confuse defenses that might expect a more traditional style. McElroy also highlighted the impact of young wide receiver Ryan Williams, just 17 years old, who is already being compared to Amari Cooper, one of the greatest players to ever play at Alabama. Williams scored touchdowns in each of the first 3 games of the season, a feat rarely achieved. The comparison with Cooper, made by Nick Saban, only reinforces Williams' enormous potential. For Alabama fans, it's encouraging to see that the team is adapting to the abilities of its players rather than forcing a style of play that doesn't fit. McElroy referenced last season when it seemed like the offense was trying to force pieces that didn't complement each other. This year, Alabama is allowing Milroe to play to his greatest abilities, utilizing his runs strategically and efficiently. The week off will be crucial to refining this offensive approach. The next big challenge will be facing the always competitive Georgia, and what we've seen so far suggests that Alabama is on the right track. With Milroe in control of the offense, utilizing both his foot and arm skills, and the support of emerging talent like Ryan Williams, the Crimson Tide's offense promises to be a great challenge for any defense. McElroy's confidence in Milroe is significant and brings additional weight to the evaluation of the team's progress. Their observations indicate that the program is once again moving toward excellence. Adjusting the offense to make the most of Milroe's abilities could be the deciding factor in Alabama continuing its success under head coach Kalen DeBoer, who clearly understands his quarterback's potential. And is Milroe the new Hurts? Let's analyze. Jalen Milroe's emergence as the Alabama Crimson Tide starting quarterback has generated a lot of anticipation, both on and off the college field. Recently, an AFC scout made a statement that undoubtedly caught the attention of Alabama and NFL fans. Milroe has the potential to develop into a Jalen Hurts caliber quarterback. For many, this comparison couldn't be more accurate, as both players share several similarities, from their Houston origins to their dynamic playing styles. Like Hurts, who was a cornerstone of the Crimson Tide's success before continuing his successful run in the NFL, Milroe is showing he has what it takes to follow a similar path. His imposing physical presence and combination of aerial and ground skills make him a dual threat, just like Hurts was and continues to be in the NFL. Through the 2024 season, Milroe has thrown for 590 yards, 8 touchdowns and, most impressively, has not thrown an interception. With a 67.3% completion rate, he is demonstrating accuracy and consistent decision-making, two crucial factors for any quarterback aspiring to success at the professional level. Milroe's numbers aren't limited to the aerial game either. He rushed for 156 yards and 6 touchdowns, numbers that certainly stand out when it comes to evaluating his overall impact on the game. This type of versatile production is precisely what made Hurts one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL, and Milroe appears to be following suit. If he can maintain this level of production throughout the season, not only will he be in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy, but he will also increase his chances of being a first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. However, despite the impressive performance so far, the real challenges for Milroe are yet to come. So far, their numbers have been racked up against teams like Western Kentucky, USF, and Wisconsin. While those wins were important, the real test for Milroe and the Crimson Tide will be the fierce SEC schedule ahead. Other decisive games, such as those against Tennessee, Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma, and Auburn await, and each of these teams poses a significant challenge for Milroe. If he can excel in these matchups, there will no longer be any doubt about his ability to lead Alabama to success and establish himself as a top NFL draft prospect. The NFL will be watching closely, especially in high-profile games like these, and Milroe will have the opportunity to prove that he is much more than just a talented quarterback prospect. He could be the future of an NFL franchise. The comparison to Jalen Hurts isn't just symbolic. Both players have similar trajectories, playing styles that complement each other and an approach focused on improving each week. As the AFC scout highlighted, Milroe still has areas to work on, but what makes his development so exciting is that he's already showing flashes of what Hurts is currently doing on Sundays in the NFL. Hurts' ability to evolve into one of the league's most effective quarterbacks is a testament to what Milroe can achieve if he continues to develop. The Alabama Crimson Tide is once again in the college football spotlight, and Jalen Milroe has a chance to establish himself as a key piece of that success. The Crimson Tide is in good hands, and Milroe's success will be a testament to the talent development power that Kalen DeBoer and his coaching staff continue to provide in Tuscaloosa. Does Jalen now look like Lamar Jackson? Listen to this. Recently, Mel Kiper Jr., renowned ESPN draft analyst, drew a comparison that certainly raised expectations around Milroe. Kiper noted that Milroe glides when he runs, reminding him of the unique ability of Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens star and one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in American football history. The comparison to Lamar Jackson is not frivolous. Jackson was one of the best dual-threat players college football has ever seen during his time at Louisville, racking up over 4,000 rushing yards and 50 touchdowns in just 3 years. Jackson's impact in the NFL, with 1,000-yard rushing and MVP seasons, has shown that this style of play can be extremely effective at the professional level. For Milroe, being compared to someone of Jackson's caliber is indicative of the explosive potential he possesses. Milroe has shown that his ability to run the ball isn't just a secondary part of his game, it is a crucial weapon that confuses defenses and keeps opponents on their toes. In his first 3 games of 2024, Milroe has rushed for 156 yards and 6 touchdowns, in addition to throwing for 590 yards and 8 more touchdowns, all without committing a single turnover. This demonstrates not only his versatility, but also his ability to protect the ball, a key quality for quarterbacks aspiring to success at the NFL level. However, despite Kiper's praise, the analyst also made it clear that Milroe still has room for growth before being considered a top draft prospect. Kiper ranked Milroe as the 5th best quarterback in the 2025 class, behind the likes of Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, and Cam Ward. While this may seem like a modest ranking, it's important to remember that Milroe is still in the development phase, and his potential to climb this ranking is significant, especially if he continues to deliver high-level performances in the big games to come. In last year's SEC championship game, Milroe already showed off his talent against Georgia, with a solid performance of 13 passes completed on 23 attempts for 192 yards and 2 touchdowns, helping the Crimson Tide win 27-24. With Milroe leading the offense, it could quickly change the narrative surrounding his recruitment and propel him further into the discussion as one of the top quarterbacks in the 2025 class. In addition to his physical abilities, another point highlighted by Kiper was Milroe's character. He praised the 21-year-old for his desire to be great and his willingness to accept coaching. These are traits that are often underestimated in the quarterback development process. Milroe's mentality, combined with his raw talent, could be the factor that propels him to the next level. Milroe has all the tools to continue this line of success, especially with Kalen DeBoer's coaching team offering the support he needs to continue evolving. The Lamar Jackson comparison could be just the beginning, and Milroe has a chance to create his own legacy, both at Alabama and at the next level, just as Lamar has done and Hurts has done as well. When scheduling recruit visits, Oats is careful. He knows that while the football program is a massive draw, his priority is making sure young people interested in basketball are in town for the right reasons, checking out the basketball program. Oats made it clear that it's not just about allowing recruits to enjoy the electric atmosphere of a football game. In his opinion, if a player isn't willing to visit campus at a time when football isn't the focus, he may not be as interested in the basketball program as necessary. That approach is a testament to the growth of the Alabama basketball program under Oats. Instead of relying solely on the brilliance of the football program to attract young talent, Crimson Tide basketball now positions itself as an independent force capable of attracting high-level recruits based on its own success. After reaching their first Final Four in program history, Oats' team is on the rise and attracting more attention than ever. Still, Oats recognizes the value of having the best football program in the country as a neighbor. He knows the spectacle of a game at Bryant-Denny Stadium, especially against a rival like Georgia, can offer recruits an unparalleled experience, something few universities can provide. Seeing a packed stadium and feeling the energy of the Alabama fans is something that can impress any young athlete, regardless of sport. Aware of the impact this type of environment can have on recruits, he admitted that while the focus remains basketball, having an elite football program at the same university is undoubtedly an advantage that strengthens the Crimson Tide's overall appeal. This synergy between football and basketball is something that few institutions can offer at the same level. Oats also mentioned that most of the recruits coming to Alabama now are in town for the right reasons. This is a reflection of how the Tide basketball program has evolved under his leadership. He has built a team that not only competes at a high level, but also attracts the best talent in the country based on their success on the court, not just football brilliance. However, this strategic vision of Oats is balanced. He knows some recruits are still interested in experiencing football as part of their visit to Alabama, and he doesn't see that as an entirely negative thing. On the contrary, the coach understands that football can be a bonus, a complement to a young athlete's overall experience on campus, but not the main reason for his visit. And that's exactly what makes the current moment so unique for the Alabama basketball program. Having football and basketball compete at such high levels simultaneously creates a synergy that makes Tuscaloosa an attractive destination for elite athletes. Nate Oats' basketball recruitment is already reaping the rewards of this momentum. The Alabama Crimson Tide is enjoying a golden moment across its major sports, and Nate Oats is ensuring that basketball is a central part of that success. While the spectacle of football helps create an attractive environment for recruits, it is the commitment to success on the court that is propelling Oats' program toward new opportunities. And your opinion? Comment is important.